Alright, fryer cleaning instructions. They are inside this door. You can follow them there. Make sure the temperature is off on both fryers. Make sure this switch is turned on. I would do one side at a time. This is the oil filter basket where we'll drain oil into. Move the baskets, do one side at a time, and kind of wipe all the crumbs down. Make sure that switch is turned on. Red levers are in. Make sure the heater coils are off. This is the oil pan that it's going to drain the oil into. That white sheet in the bottom is the filter. It's going to drain into the pan. Then the pump will suck it back up through and back into the fryer. So we're going to first drop this blue lever, which begins to drain the oil into the oil reservoir. You can see it drops it down. And make sure this is cool enough to handle. We'll move the there. You can see all the crumbs down in the bottom. We'll wipe some of the rest of it down. Knock everything down. So we have now drained all of that in. We're going to leave the drain line open for now. And this oil reservoir is full of oil and crumbs. We're going to pull this lever, which is going to turn the pump on for this side, and it will start shooting the oil. It'll suck it back up through the filter, up this pipe, and then back into the fryer. And I'll show you that. So we'll pull the lever. Hear the motor start, and you can see it's starting to flush back through there. We're going to go ahead and close the blue lever so that it'll close the drain, and that'll kind of let it fill back up. Wash some of the crumbs back to the drain. We'll leave the pump running. So now that we've kind of washed some of those crumbs out, we'll drop the blue lever again, let it start draining back into the filter reservoir. The pump is still going, pumping back in. It's just circulating it through that filter. You see now we're draining and pumping at the same time, getting those crumbs to run through. Mostly clean. Wipe out what we need to. Close the drain one more time. Let it circulate around, pick some more crumbs up. Open the drain again. Still pumping it back through, cleaning it through the filter. Alright, now we're going to close the drain one last time. So lifting it up closes it. So that'll let it begin to fill back up. We'll let it fill up until we see bubbles. Bubbles means we've drained all the oil through the filter here, and we're just drawing air. When the bubbles start, once we think we've gotten all the oil up, we'll push this in to turn the motor off. Filling back up to the oil level. Most of the crumbs are gone now. The oil is being sucked back up. Now we're seeing bubbles. Means we've drawn all the oil out. And so we can close this lever, push it back in, and that turns the motor off. Our drain lines are closed, we're off, and our filter is now full of crumbs and muck. So next we'll change the filter. All right, filter cleaning. We've got our box of fryer filters, and we'll get one of these. It's got a hole in one side. All right, now we have pulled the drawer out, and you can see the remaining crumbs, and that's just after one session of tater tots and chicken tenders. So this filter envelope is what we're going to replace. This is an arm that comes up. It may still be hot. It is right now. This piece unscrews. You get something to help with the heat. Unless you've let it cool more, which might be a better idea. But that filter is basically an envelope that goes over a grid, and then the pump just sucks the oil through the filter. Maybe easier with two hands. All right, we got that loose. Drop it up out of the way. And our filter piece. So this, there's a lip at the bottom that will hold the filter grid. Set it out of the way. And clean this. Filter is basically an envelope. It's got a lip on one side that this grid goes into. I'm going to let it cool for another minute, and we'll work on scooping all the crumbs out with a spatula or something. These two tools together work pretty well. Alright, so that's what it looks like empty. Clean that tray off. We'll dump this guy off. Now that that's cool, hopefully. We'll basically just rip this old filter off, slide a new envelope over it, fold it over. Alright, so we're mostly cleaned and disassembled. Put our envelope on that, the old envelope. Hole in the new filter envelope. Slide it in. Make sure we got lined up there. And then we will just set it. Again, this will be easier with two hands. She's got a lip in there. This filter will fold over. Fold into that lip. Again, so before we slide that arm on, we need to screw this piece down onto our filter tray, which I forgot. So now that's one piece. Our arm flips back in. This is our return suction back. Close our tray. Sinks back up there. We can switch that off or leave it on probably. But I think we are clean.
This is perfect timing.
And ready to go. This is a Pitco Deep Fryer.